Hi, it's Tess, and today's tip is 445. And this just kind of popped out at me today, and I became curious. I wondered what the greatest diets of 2022 are, and so I looked it up, and much to my surprise, there were two new diets out there that I'd never even heard of before. But there's enough information out there about them that there are a lot of books out there. But what it made me realize for me is that I've kind of looked through cursory, not a lot. Hi there, good to see you. Not a lot of detail, because I think at this point in my life I've been on every diet program there is in existence. What is working for me is sticking with the Doc V, more or less go down to bare bones. But I thought it was so interesting in that they're creating these fancy words for basically what a lot of us do in the tribe right now. There's something called the Volumetrics diet, and it basically says focus on whole foods, avoid chemicals. Any of us in the tribe already know all this. Well, hello, so good to see you, Lena. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. It's interesting that, I guess, trying to get our attention and trying to get us to buy. The one thing I'm grateful for with Doc V is that I've stopped buying programs, trying to find the quick fix. I've just realized I'm going to have to do the work. And today, for some reason, it just made me wonder, what is out there? What do they say is the latest and greatest for 2022? And when I saw these two names, I'd never even heard of them before. One's called the Volumetrics diet, the other's called the Flexatarian diet. So I just cursory looked at them because I'm not looking to change anything. I know that based on where I'm at in my journey, I might have to change things as I move forward, but I like following what I'm doing with Doc V resonates with me, and it makes sense, and I'm moving forward with it that way. But what I thought was really interesting is that all these new diets that are, and I see a few more on, so hello, thank you for being here. And I can't see everyone's name, but thank you. But I thought it was interesting. For me, when I was trying to lose weight all the time, I chased every diet program there was out there. I bought every exercise equipment there was out there. I did everything I possibly could. And I've been removed from it for the past few years because I just keep trying to learn what makes me feel good, what makes me helps me keep losing weight. You know, talk through with Doc V things, and it's really kept me going into 6 years now. You know, my bariatric team was amazing. Doc V has been there with me through all of COVID, and it was moving forward. I just got curious what's out there now. But what I found was interesting is this thing about Volumetrics diet that they have a whole series of books and a whole bunch of stuff on the internet about, basically is saying focus on whole foods. Well, we all know that from Doc V. If you see a food and it doesn't need a label on it because it's an apple or a pear or something like that, he recommends that. They tell you to focus on a variety of fruits and vegetables to get your minerals and vitamins. Prepare your meals at home. We all know you do better if you prepare meals at home. And then the last thing they mentioned in this Volumetrics, the cursory thing that I read, is the density of food. Well, I've kind of talked about how that impacts me in my work life. So I know that certain heavy carb-laden foods will make me more sluggish. But I found it interesting is that I guess I'm wondering if there's really much new that they're going to learn about the diet industry. They're just packaging it differently. So for me, I'm just going to try to keep learning what my body wants. And maybe that's the clue for all of us. Learn what makes your body feel good. Know that what makes your body feel good today may be different tomorrow, a week from now, or a year from now. But just keep evolving that way, because it doesn't really, for me, except for maybe combining things differently, which is what this industry has been doing ever since I was able to look at it. That's kind of the same thing they're doing, because Volumetrics, focus on whole foods, get creative and colorful with fruits and vegetables, prepare your meals at home, and watch for heavy, dense foods. Well, we all know heavy, dense foods are more calorie laden, and they tend to have more fat and more carbs to weigh you down. So in that particular thing, I didn't learn anything new, but if it helps somebody to get off of a stall, I understand that. For me, I'm hoping that I don't start falling back on trends and I just keep moving forward. The next one I'd never heard of before either was called Flexatarian diet. And they used a food pyramid in this particular diagram that I was looking at, but it kind of basically said the same thing. The smaller foods are the foods you eat the least amount of, or like your meats, meaning your poultry, your chicken, your beef. Then below that you have sugars and nuts and eggs, and a lot of people have dairy issues. Then the next biggest amount of food you can eat is nuts and seeds. Then it goes into certain types of vegetables, and then it goes into all the rest of the vegetables and fruits. So it's kind of the same thing. Every program, maybe displaying it differently, maybe putting a little twist here or there on it. But I guess what it made me realize is that I'm glad I'm not spending my money in that arena anymore, that I'm just trying to learn my diet and do my best that I can do and keep moving forward. Because it really kind of surprised me, but I'm not seeing anything new. You know, like this flexitarian, they're showing a bowl full of fruits and vegetables, mainly vegetables in this one particular. But that's what it is, you know. It's the same as what we've learned a million times before, just packaged differently. Now, if it motivates somebody, great. I'm just hoping I can keep moving forward. It is the basics. Like Doc V always talks about our basics. Try to avoid chemicals because that's like a storm inside of our bodies as our bodies try to figure out how to process it. Fruits and vegetables we always know are good. I don't even want to get into the argument about fruits aren't good for you, because I'm off of that kind of a thought now. Even through my bariatric team and through Doc V, I didn't get to a BMI of 60 by eating fruits and vegetables, and it was the other things that got me in trouble: the processed foods, the heavy sugar foods, the heavy fat foods, as the one program here talked about, the calorie dense, the heavy foods. So I just thought it was interesting, because I thought, since I haven't really followed this part of it for 6 years, I thought, is there anything new and exciting in the industry? And what I found is it's just repackaging of the other stuff. So unfortunately, like Doc V has always told us, if there was a magic pill, he'd give us the magic pill, but there isn't a magic pill. It's just simply, for me, the most important thing I did was to change the way I talked. I changed my words. I stopped saying I can't, I don't know how, it's too hard, I'm not going to succeed at this, and I just started changing. I started working on self-worth and self-confidence. Changed my words to where I don't care what it takes. I'm going to walk over, walk through, walk around, walk under, but I'm going to never stop until I find a way through it. I'm going to learn to make this journey be something that I love being involved in. And I worked on self-worth, and that helped me a lot. Once I worked on my self-worth and I put myself in a place of feeling good, I felt good about the changes I was making in my diet, and I felt even better when I started to see success from doing that. So I guess, if somebody reading a book is going to help put you into the next level, these books appear to be having the same information that maybe some of these other programs had. Nothing, at least I didn't read the books from cover to cover, so I'm not an expert on either diet. But if that's a motivating thing for you, but if not, for me, I'm just going to keep going forward, learning my diet, be as close to nature as I can, getting rid of as much processed chemicals as I can, and find the best possible life. I love how my life feels right now, how my body feels, how my energy feels, and how much more active I can be. And that would be my hope for you. If one of these has something that resonates with you, great. But for me, I'm realizing that nobody has a magic pill, so I just have to keep moving down this journey. And if you can find a way to enjoy it and find joy and happiness and self-worth and self-confidence, it makes the journey less of a struggle and more of a goal that you're getting to, and it feels good to get there. I'm pulling out clothes now that I don't know if I ever even wore, and I need to give them to Goodwill because they don't fit anymore. But it's been 6 years, and I want to be very clear that when COVID first hit, I was in trouble. I was afraid, I was in trouble, and I needed to get help. And thank heaven Doc V put this program together where he gives us a kick in the pants, as everyone says, every single day, 365 days a year. The man's on like live 850. It is a doable journey. It is going to mean making changes, but the best gift you can give yourself is to stop fighting the words and just say that, you know what, I want to feel better. And if feeling better, I feel better when I eat a salad or I eat more natural foods that aren't processed. I'm finding that that's helping me. These are two programs I'd never even heard of, Volumetrics and Flexatarian, but I didn't see anything magically different than what I've seen in any other program before. So I hope you guys have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'll probably be on earlier tomorrow. I just was late getting out the door today. Have a beautiful day. Maybe I will, just for giggles, put a link to one of these books in the comments. But honestly, if you look through whatever pages they might have on Amazon, I'm not seeing a huge difference. So unfortunately, I think it's the tried and true. We just have to get rid of processed foods, we have to get rid of sugars, and we have to drink the water. And then our lives will continue to change. Adding in the self-worth and the self-confidence. That was the big one for me. Believe in yourself and you'll be amazed at what you can accomplish. Thank you guys and have a beautiful night.